Welcome to lesson number 2. In this lesson, you're going to get some hands-on experience in setting up your first Azure project. There's going to be 3 steps to get this going. First, we're going to need to create a free account with Microsoft Azure. Second, we're going to build a cognitive service. Once that's done, we're going to attach our first project to that service. Okay, let's dive in and get started with creating a free account. I'm going to show you how to get a free Azure account. The first step is we got to find the Azure website. So let's go, azure.com. Easy enough. On the top right, you're going to find a free account. Start free. I'm going to use my personal email address. If you need help setting up a Microsoft account, please refer to our attached documentation. Okay, I'm just going to enter my personal email address and my password. Excellent, it's just signing me up right now. After you've activated your free account, make sure you're at the Azure portal. To find it, you can type in portal.azure.com. From here, we can access all of Azure's services. And as we saw in the previous video, there are a lot of them. For our Fruit Classifier application, we're going to want to find the cognitive services. For me, I can see it's already here at the top, but if this is your first time logging in, probably it won't be there. To find it, we're going to click on More Services. Okay, now we can see that there are a lot of different options here on the left-hand side. Storage, networking, databases, analytics. Here it is, AI and machine learning. We talked about that in the previous video. Let's select it. After I've selected it, the right-hand pane is updated. Batch AI, bot services. Oh, there it is, cognitive services. Perfect. Now I'm brought to the cognitive services screen where I can manage the services I've created. For me, I've already created a few before. If this is your first time, the screen table will be pretty empty. Either way, we're going to create a new cognitive service. Let's go ahead and add it. Click on Add. As described in the previous videos, we can see there's a lot of services here. Cognitive services, the custom search, machine learning, auto ML. To quickly find what we're looking for, we can just type it in. Custom vision. And once again, make sure you don't get mixed up between computer vision and custom vision. For us, we want custom vision. Okay, now it's showing me the results. Here it is, the first one, Custom Vision, an AI service and end-to-end platform for applying computer vision to your specific scenario. We're building a fruit classifier. We're going to need to do this. I'm going to save it for later, and I'm going to click on it. Now it's giving me the option to create it and giving me a little bit of an overview and some other pricing information. Let's go ahead and create it. Okay, it's asking me some basic options here. I want to have training and prediction. So I'm going to select both because I'm going to train on different types of apples, maybe some cherries. As well, I'm going to need to make predictions when I implement this API in the real world. Next, we're going to go to project details. This is just some administrative information for billing purposes to organize. You can imagine as you create more and more services and have different projects, you're going to need a way to group them together. And Microsoft's created this concept of a resource group. Let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm going to call it fruit underscore classifier 2. Now, if you try to put in any spaces here, you're going to get an error message and you'll have to go back and correct it. Okay. Perfect. Now we've got a new resource group and it's asking me for the name of this service. So this will be our custom vision service name. And by hovering on the information here, it's telling me that this is also going to be the custom domain name in the endpoint. So let's choose something that makes sense to us. I'm going to go with our team name, Richardson. And in here we're not allowed to use underscores. So let's remove that and just call it Richardson 1. Okay, I've got the green check mark here. We're good to go. Next, our option is around the training resource. So where are the servers going to be located that are going to train on our pictures of apples and oranges? Let's just see what kind of options we've got. Okay, USA, Asia, Europe, Africa, Asia. But unfortunately, nothing in Canada. So, well, let's go with our friends in the US here. Training price tier. Okay, well, this is an easy one. I'm going to select the free. Scroll down a bit more for our last option here around prediction resource. And again, the location could be important if you're working with a company or an organization that has sensitive information and you don't want to perhaps send it to the USA. Unfortunately for us, there is no Canada option here. Let's just double check. So, you know what? We're going to stick with the US. And again, pricing tier is going to be an easy one. We're going to go with free. Okay, we just need the basic options for what we're doing. If you're interested in diving into more of the details, follow some of the links in the accompanying documentation. For now, let's click on Review and Create. Excellent. It's giving us some more information here, and I'm going to click on Create. Okay, it says it's validating, and now it is building our service. And our deployment is underway. Your deployment is complete. Microsoft's built my resource group and they've let me know. If you're at the screen, it's pretty easy. You can just click on Go to Resource. But let's see if we can find it from the home page, just in case you closed your web browser while you were waiting. So I'm just going to click on Microsoft Azure. This brings me back to the portal.azure.com. So if you want to start from here, all we're going to do is click on Cognitive Services. And from here, we can see Richardson 1, the custom vision service that we created in the previously. Let's click on that. And here we are. It's giving us a menu here for Richardson 1 Quick Start. We can look at the overview of our service, provides us information about the location, the pricing tier, all of the information that we entered before. Let's scroll down. Resource management, keys and endpoint encryption, identity, billing, etc. So there's a lot of different options here. For us, we're going to keep it easy for our tutorial and we're going to leverage a quick start. Now, if I take a look at the quick start, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 options or steps. We're going to choose option number 2 here. Try the service in the Custom Vision portal. Let's go ahead and click on Custom Vision portal. Now it's bringing me to this new web page, customvision.ai, and this is part of the cognitive service Microsoft Azure offering. This is going to make our life really easy for training machine learning models for our specific application. I'm just going to go ahead and sign in. Okay, let's go ahead and create a new project. Let's type in a name for our project. We're going to call this Fruit Classifier. For me, I've done this a few times, so I'm going to call it Fruit Classifier number 2. And I'm going to type in a way to automatically detect different types of fruit. In terms of the resource group, so I want to build this against my free trial. So I'm going to choose Richardson 1. Perfect. Project type. In our videos, we talked about image classification and object detection. So for us, we're really interested in, you'll remember, classification. Next is classification types. There's multi-label and multi-class. And if you're confused about each one, we can just hover over the information here. Multi-label is a classification task where one image can be assigned more than one tag. So if the image has both a dog and a cat, the image classification will provide both labels. Multi-class is where you have only one image and one tag. That's what we need for our application. We need to know if it's an apple, if it's an orange. So let's go with multi-class. Domains. We're going to pick one that's closest to our scenario. The idea here, likely, although we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, it is a pre-trained model with images of food. So let's go with food. And we'll create the project. Okay, excellent. So we've got our project set up. Fruit Classifier 2 within the customvision.ai service. We've got some options for training, performance, predictions. We've got some settings that we can adjust. Congratulations, you've completed lesson number 2. Next is lesson 3, training an ML model.